Good morning, everybody. This is your art teacher, Miss Smith. Today we are going to create a collage. For this project, you will need magazines, junk mail, paper, scissors, glue, markers, crayons, and anything else you might want to add. Before we begin, we're going to learn about an artist named Romero Bearden. He's the best American collage artist of the 20th century, in my opinion. Romero Bearden was born in North Carolina in 1911. He moved to Harlem, a neighborhood in New York City, with his parents as a child. He spent a lot of time on trains, traveling back and forth from his parents in New York City to his grandparents' farm in North Carolina. In addition to being an artist, he was a musician. He loved his cat Jippo, there's Jippo, who kept him company while he was working in his studio. As an African-American artist, he loved his culture and created art based on his memories and experiences as an African-American man. Through his art, he helped others see experiences and feel emotions that he felt and experienced too. His collages, Romero Bearden's collages, are full of lines, shapes, colors, and textures. Many of these are the elements of art. Here are two examples of his artworks. He was really good at cutting out shapes and painting paper and cutting paper. So collage comes from the French word coller, which means to glue. So collage is basically cutting out shapes and gluing them down in an interesting way. And Romero Bearden was a master at cutting shapes and thinking of textures and creating beautiful artworks with collage. Gather your supplies. You will need a foundation or a base to glue your shapes onto. So you'll need a basic piece of paper. So this will be, I'm using a red piece of paper for my base. A variety of magazines, catalogs, scrap paper, junk mail, or any other kind of paper that has an interesting pictures or textures. Crayons, markers, etc. Other stuff like stickers or beads or string. Scissors and glue. And your imagination, of course. We got to be creative. Cut out interesting images. Always use scissors safely. Always be careful. You're only cutting paper and string. You're not cutting fingers or hair, boys and girls. Find and cut out 8 to 10 interesting shapes or images. So, with my scissors, I'm holding my scissors and I'm cutting out the shape of this person. Over here, I'm cutting out the shape of this chest of drawers. I thought this is an interesting shape. I think this is an interesting shape. So cut out your shapes, and you can cut out large shapes, and you can cut out little shapes. You can even cut out words or numbers. Start organizing. So you want to place your pictures on your foundation paper and take the trash and throw the trash away. Arrange your bits and pieces before you glue. Lay out all your cutouts and look at them. Move the pieces around until it looks good. It looks good if the pieces are arranged in a balanced way. Make sure not to crowd the items in a messy way. So this one here, it's kind of messy. Things are on top of other things, it's all kind of jumbled up. So you pick them up and move these pieces around until you get where they're arranged where you like the way they look. I like the way this looks. So I'm going to make my plan before I glue down my shapes. So fill up the space. You don't want a big empty space. And glue the biggest pieces down first and the smallest pieces last. So I glued this big piece of a picture of a rug first, and the small piece is on top of that. So glue your big pieces down first, and then glue your small pieces down. Any type of glue will work, glue stick or liquid glue. And add some bling. So you get your stickers, your marker. This looks pretty good. But after my stickers and marker, I added some curvy lines. I added some little stickers. So I used other things to add some extra textures or extra fun visuals to your artwork. Use markers, paint, crayons to add details or textures to the empty spaces between the glue. And I found a typo. I'll have to fix that later. So anyway, so glue down your shapes, and ta-da, there you have it. You have a collage. Now remember to ask a grown-up to help you cut. Make sure to be very careful with your scissors. And remember, as always, post your art to Seesaw.